We'll find out exactly who the Pride are tonight. On the field they come. The NWSL on Prime, presented by Adobe, an official creativity partner of the NWSL. Take a look at the starting lineup Fabrice Gautreau has put together. There's a change at outside back.
Given that this is a must-win game for Houston, first and foremost, they need to be solid defensively. That change comes with Alozia coming in, but that also means that Nielsen and Berkely have to be on the same page in order to deal with the vertical threat of Watt for Orlando. But it's Colaprico in the midfield. She's their leader. She has to control the tempo to allow for more attackers to join into the attack and be more dangerous going forward.
Look at the starting 11 tonight for Orlando.
Angelina and McCutcheon in the midfield have to make sure that they stay connected to their back line to deny the space between the lines for Ryan and Sheehan of Houston. But mostly it's about finding their wide players of Pickett and Ovalle as quickly as possible in order to spread the game and then look for that space in behind for Watt up top.
Liftoff. Let's do it here in Houston. The only game on this Friday night, it's the Houston Dash taking on the Orlando Pride.
Close down that space.
Delaney Sheehan takes it short. Pontegam. Yasmin Ryan beneath it. She's been on a tear of late. Ryan, end line, blocked. Another set piece.
Well, and that's the decisiveness that Fabrice Gautreau, the head coach of Houston, is looking for, just for them to be dynamic, get their difference makers on the ball as early as possible.
Ryan, the give and go, a loose touch. Bounding toward the penalty spot. Orlando try and clear their lines. Comes down to McCutcheon.
Yeah, good defense.
Allie Watt sprinting into the attack. Allie Watt perturbed, but still got a shot away, and Smith will claim this.
Well, initially it's really good defense from Houston just to try to lock them into one side.
Now playing with the Tampa Bay Sun. Yasmin Ryan gallops ahead, slips it through. Alozia crossing. Colaprico, the backstop.
And that's where Houston has become much more consistent, building out, and it's the positioning of Yasmin Ryan that allows them to break out, bypass that line of pressure from Orlando, and a great little combination play to allow for Alozia to be able to get into a more advanced position.
Berkely offering for Bright, header out to Van Zanten. Van Zanten! Touched wide by Morehouse.
Tour. They're late to the challenge. Who's able to get her head up. Doesn't even fully commit to it. Really good start at home for Houston.
Corner for the Austrian international Sarah Pontegam. Her fourth start this year. Angles in toward Morehouse. Punch down into a ton of traffic. Valle trying to rake it free. Instead, comes square to Danny Colaprico.
Well, there wasn't a ton of room for Morehouse to be able to come out for that one, but that's what we were talking about just in terms of keeping an eye on Morehouse. What does her movement look like after that collision with her own center back Raffaelli?
Ooh, a lot of heat on that. It's a tough ask for Nielsen.
It was a tough result that they took away from home, Houston, last weekend against Washington. You can already see the response, the challenge from their head coach Fabrice Gautreau, saying they have to be much more disciplined, feisty defensively, tight between the lines, doing a really good job. Even when Orlando wins the ball back, there's 2 or 3 players right around the ball carrier for Houston to regain possession and then just calmly build in these moments.
Dash entering off a 4-0 loss, to your point, against the Spirit. Gift Monday a first half hat trick, and yet the best goal probably belonged to Sofia Cantore.
Yeah, another good positioning right here.
Slipped at Yasmin Ryan. Ryan chopping, firing. Messiah Bright! For, I can't remember the college for who?
The Cavaliers.
The #1 ranked Virginia Cavaliers. Messiah Bright whisking this through. Van Zanten on the backside. Olafrico. Sheehan, come on. Sheehan sliding through.
Yeah, it looked like she was trying to play Buntingam to the U.S. women's national team.
Sheehan this time gets knocked down. There's someone somewhere who thinks that this friendship bracelet conversation has something to do with an album release today. It does not, I promise. There is no sneaking going on. This is a clean game, all right? The game's too important. Focus up, Lori, focus up. That's the life of a showgirl. Lemos plays inside, and this ricochets back to Morehouse, who plays it right up the vein and sent long. Nielsen kept Watt on side. Allie Watt has a step on Berkely. Allie Watt sending this in toward Abby Smith.
The drift out wide, you can see her body positioning much more comfortable, allows her to get faced up and get the better of Berkely. Just the last set going to ground and really throwing Watt off. She's trying to figure out what ball to play across.
Very impactful first half for Ryan. Van Zanten knocked off the spot. Bright. Another minute and change remaining. Ofaye outside. Oyane. Oyane, that is looping up and out, and we are headed to halftime.
And with your 3-game road trip that you've been on to hold the Houston Dash, regardless of the amount of possession they've had, you've really held them to really...
3 games to go. They'll feel like their destiny is entirely within their control for the first time this year. Messiah Bright puts it in play. Here we go tonight in Houston. It is the only game in the NWSL this evening, and it's got all the October stakes. Running the inside of the channel, McCutcheon. Ball drops, Pickett deflected. Still alive, tight angle, Smith again. The Pride continue, dealing from the end line. Smith knocks it away, looping header, caught by Smith. Madness.
Well, if you leave this Orlando Pride team hanging around, this is what they'll do. They'll commit numbers forward, but just watch Paige Nielsen right in the middle of your screen. Excellent defending, hands behind her back, just takes the shot off of her chest, and then Abby Smith with a follow-up, initially with the save, and then comes up to smother it before the offside call is eventually called, and the flag for the assistant referee on that far side puts it up. But it's the littlest details. Orlando Pride's going to continue to hunt, look for their
Reverses to Berkely.
Oh, this play was started because you get Bright is making that little darting run, and now space opens up.
Alozia fighting, free kick conceded by Abello, and a yellow card.
Oh, this entire play starts with a movement of Bright up top. She just drives the center back's back, and that starts to open up for Sheehan to come across, and then they're able to keep possession a bit higher up the field and wait for those runs to develop. This time Alozia gets the better of Abello, forcing her back. And this is the matchup that we said in the first half to keep an eye on, just the positioning of Abello, how she tracks back. And right there, Alozia does such a good job of just using her body, riding off that challenge and getting the better of Abello and forcing her to go to ground, taking out Alozia. And they can set this up much like a corner kick. But again, this is one of the first times that we've seen in this second half for them to be able to get into a more advanced position. And it's about execution. Even if you don't have a ton of chances, the service, the quality of the service initially to give your attackers the opportunity to get on the end of it.
It's a lot of space at the top of the 18 for Van Zanten. They'll hit this straight in, and it's a goal! Malia Berkely! Sneaking through the Pride defense! 1-0 Houston.
And really against the run of play. And because it's been all Orlando Pride coming out after the half, attacking, getting numbers forward, but we just said it's about taking your chances when you get them. They opt to go low. It's Berkely that keeps it alive, and just the awareness to stay on it, knowing exactly where the goal is, just turns her hips, gets herself in a great position to hit it first time. And nothing that Morehouse can do. It's through traffic.
There's an option sprinting through the middle of play. Instead, outside to Yasmin Ryan. Ryan whipping the cross all the way to the backside. Van Santen
has to keep it on frame with the amount of time that she has. So this team never loses her focus, sees that McCutcheon's the one.
Ball chipped across. McCutcheon goes for it. Chance here for Orlando. Hammered at frame, held by Smith.
This big ball from Sams, you see bottom of your screen. It's right there, Colaprico making sure that she stays and allows.
They responded from the opening whistle tonight. They get the full allotment for that effort. Ryan wafts this back. All team back. Chapman. Larissy. Toward Ryan. Prodded high. That's a foul and a half. And if you're Orlando, we talk about one game at a time. Look up. It was Portland on Friday night here on Prime. Suddenly that is going to have a ton hanging in the balance. That's a genuine six-pointer. They'll go to Washington, finish with Seattle. In the middle of all that, they'll play a win or go home group stage finale in the Champions Cup at home against Pachuca from Mexico. There is no free square left for Orlando. Chapman hanging in. The service brought down, dropped off. Header is in! What a moment for Simone Charley! Her first goal in 3 years!
How the Houston Dash has to continue to have the belief, fight for goals. Well, the Orlando Pride are doing just that, overloading the box, doing whatever they can to keep it alive. McCutcheon just lofts this in, hoping that somebody's going to get on the end of it, but then Simone Charley gets on the wrong side of Berkely, cuts in front at the last second just to get her head on it, lofts it over. What a perfect header this is to catch Abby Smith off her line. Can't get up and enough on it to try to parry it over the top. And such a crucial goal to at least try to get a point back in this game for the. Typically when Allie Watt's playing as that center forward, she likes to drift wide, but some beautiful balls from Ovalle when she's shifted over to this left-hand side, just whipped in behind.
On what may well be the last action of the game. The service across, there's contact on the keeper. Morehouse went down, and that is how it ends. Wild game tonight, deep in the heart of Texas. Berkely scores for Houston. Charley equalizes for Orlando. They'll each take a point.